Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Grab your foam roller. We're gonna start with this under the shoulders. So once you lie down, I want you to kind of just move your arm bone and see that it feels like the shoulder blade at the base of the shoulder blade is hitting that foam roller. And then I want to try to hammock that low back down towards the floor. I want to try to keep that there. And then we're going to hug the elbows in towards your face. And you may need to adjust the foam roller once you try to take the shoulders up and over. But I want you to feel like you can create this kind of back bend over the foam roller. And then you're going to curl and come back up. So you can let go of the ribs a little bit. But I want you to really think about the low back staying in this kind of hammocked or rounded position. And then you're going to challenge your shoulders going back by pushing your head back into your hands. So I want to feel like those elbows make this kind of sweeping arc up the ceiling and back behind you. And then curl it up. A couple more like this. Extending back. And good, one more. Good, elbows are gonna come wide now. And we're gonna do the same thing. Head is heavy in the hands, neck is relaxed. Letting the head press back, we kind of open the chest up towards the ceiling and then curl the head and shoulders back up. Push the head back into the hands. And back up. Two more like that. Inhaling, taking it back. Exhaling, coming up. Last one. Good. So now press into your feet, lift your hips up. You can always bring your elbows in towards your face. And we're just going to roll the foam roller up towards your shoulders, very top where the neck starts, and then down towards the bra line. So it's a pretty good size space that we're rolling, right? Pretty much the entire shoulder blades. That way you feel like you're kind of right on the meat in between the two shoulder blades. Good. One more pass. Good. And then set your butt down, and we're going to roll onto our side. So let's come onto that left side. You're just going to place that foam roller kind of under your armpit here. I'm going to place my right foot on the floor. And this left elbow can be on the ground, but by pushing into my foot, I'm just moving my body towards the top of my mat, just like this, an inch, not very much. And then I'm dragging my heel towards my butt, which pulls me back down towards my knee. So just getting this little action by pushing and pulling with the foot that should move us just maybe like an inch or two on that foam roller. So we're facing pretty sideways here, feeling pretty square with the side of your mat. Good, now just pause right there where you've got that foam roller kind of still touching a little bit of the shoulder blade, and we're gonna just tilt our sternum up towards the ceiling and then back forward towards the side of your mat. So if you can see my sternum, it's angling up at that 45 and then back down to forward. Just catching a little bit of the back of the shoulder blade as you rotate open and close. Just two more like that. Two. And one. Good job. Now just angle that foam roller slightly towards the corner of your mat and just put a little pressure on the armpit web. So this strappy muscle that goes from your chest to your shoulder, you can always take the breast tissue and just move it towards the center a little bit to get off the foam roller. But just take like 3 breaths here. One more big breath. Good, press up, and let's switch sides. So take this over to the right side. You've got that foam roller kind of right under the armpit and the ribs. Same thing, I'm gonna prop myself with my left leg and then get that little rolling action up and down. It should feel like I'm on my ribs and that I'm just barely catching the outer edge of that right shoulder blade. Good. All right, find a spot somewhere in there that you can hang out. And then we're gonna, again, just take that chest to rotate up towards the ceiling and back down parallel. So remember, this isn't really huge. It's just a slight angling up and back forward. We're angling up a diagonal, kind of about a 45 and back. And when you do that, you should just start to feel yourself catching maybe some of the rotator cuff muscles along the edge of the shoulder blade. Maybe one more rotation. And then go ahead and just slightly turn the foam roller up towards the upper corner of your mat. And that way you've got this little bit of an angle so that it can just hit the webbing of the armpit. Feels like you might catch a little bit of the chest muscle at the ribs. And then again, just move the pec out of the way. If you're feeling like your breast muscle or your breast tissue is in the way, just move it over to the side. Just 2 more big breaths here. And then go ahead and press yourself up. And we'll just move that foam roller off to the side. Grab your ball. We're gonna come all the way down onto your back. Ball's gonna go in between the knees. And your feet are gonna be flat on the floor. Hands are gonna come behind the head. Exhale, we're gonna peel the head and shoulders up. And then you're gonna squeeze the ball. I want you to do a lift of your head and chest, and then a curl in of your pubic bone towards your belly button, firing up the low belly and squeezing the ball. Then releasing that, lift of the chest, then that pubic bone curls in, squeeze the ball. Lift up, and then squeeze and curl. Lift up, squeeze and curl. Now you find the low belly. It's easy to make that lower half movement come from your butt. So try to make it about your low belly between those 2 hip bones, pulling your pubic bone in towards your face. Good, let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them together. Lift and curl and squeeze. Lift, curl, squeeze. So it's all happening at the same time. Again, I'm really trying to pull that pubic bone towards my belly button as I lift. Let's go for 7, 6. We're also driving that belly button down towards the spine. 4, 3, 2. Hold that lift, little pulse of the upper body. Here's 10, 9, keep curling the pubic bone and squeeze the ball. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head and shoulders come down. Arms come down by your side. Take the legs up into tabletop. So keep the ball squeezing. We're gonna flex the feet and then have you lower your heels to tap the floor and pull the knees back in. So you should be able to feel the low belly now. It should be turned on. It should be warmed up. And tapping those heels down, you should easily be able to find where that connection is, where you can pull the thighs back up from the low belly. Let's go for 8. Try to relax your head and shoulders. 7, Squeeze the ball. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can go in towards a straight leg. They don't have to go all the way straight, but just try to straighten the legs up to the ceiling. And we're just going to squeeze the ball and drive the belly down. Squeeze the ball as the belly button goes down. Squeeze, squeeze. Good. Belly's hugging towards the spine every time you squeeze. So we're going to keep that squeezing action and start to lower the legs towards the floor. Maybe they just go down to about a 45-degree angle, just as low as you can maintain your low back on the mat, and then right back up. Continuing the squeeze, dropping the legs down, and bringing it back up. Good, a couple more like that. Squeezing and lowering. Or do like little pulse squeezes of squeezing, 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 lifting, lowering, squeezing, squeezing. Good, one more round. Lowering. And lifting. Good, hold the legs squeezing, hold the legs up, head and shoulders are gonna come up. Good, we're gonna tilt the legs over to the left as you turn to the right. Keep the ball squeezed. Come back to center and reverse. Go legs over to the right, chest over to the left. Now it doesn't have to go very far, but it should feel like there's a challenge there in the core and it moves into the obliques. Good. Let's just do 3. You need to bend your knees, you can. 3, 2. Last round. Good. Bend the knees back in. Give yourself a little hug. Move the ball into your ankles. Hands are going to come back behind the head. Pick up the head and shoulders. Legs are going to go out on that 45. Give the ball a little hug. Pull them back in. Out with a hug. Pull back in. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Last one, hold it out, hold it out. Little lift of your head and shoulders. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give your knees a little squeeze in. Ball's gonna go back in between the thighs. Feet are back on the floor for a little bridging. Arms down by your side. We're gonna try to roll up nice and slow. So really deeply tuck that tail. You should have your belly nice and warmed up so you can roll yourself all the way to the top. Squeeze the ball. And then we're gonna lay the spine back down. Top of the spine, mid spine, and then all the way to the low back. Don't let that low back get skipped. Then the tail. Couple more just like that. Deeply tucking that tail through your legs, pulling the pubic bone towards your belly button, rolling up nice and slow with control. And then the upper back comes down, the middle back, really rounding into the low back to create some space. And then down, one more. Okay, now we're gonna lift the flat back. So you're gonna squeeze the ball, just lift the hips, tap the floor. Lift the hips, tap. Keep the squeeze of the ball. Try to get the top to feel like there's a squeeze of the glute. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up, just the squeeze of the knees for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the squeeze, dip the hip from left to right, left to right. So just a little swivel of your hips. Keep the ball squeeze in the knees. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, hold it here. Shift your weight into your left leg. Right leg's gonna extend out long. Flex the foot, just squeeze the ball in, in, in. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the right foot back down. Left leg extends out long. Flex the foot, squeeze the ball. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put both feet down on the floor. Slow roll down. Good job. Go ahead and place that ball out to the side. Give those knees a little squeeze in. And we're just going to drop the knees over to the left. Arms will come out to a T. Take a big breath in. Then bring those hips up, and we're going to take those knees all the way over to the right. Take another big breath in. Good, all the way back in the center. And now we're going to do a couple of those rolls. I want you to grab the back of your thighs, and I want you to try to make sure you hit all points of your spine as you roll up to your seat. And then as you deeply tuck that tail underneath, you try to hit the low back as you roll back. And back up. Give me like 3 of those. 3 more. Rolling back. And up. Here's 2. Last one. Good job. Go ahead and roll over the ankles. Come on, all fours. Let's get a couple of cat and cows. So we're going to round, push into the floor, and lift the chest. Round to the back. Lift the chest and sit bones. 1 more. Rounding, chin to chest. Lifting chest away from the sit bones. Okay, find this neutral position in the spine now. So you just feel that connection to your belly. You feel like your ribs are hugged away from the floor. And then from here, we're gonna make little shoulder circles. So I want you to think of your shoulders hiking up towards your ears, down towards your ribs, and then pushing the floor away. So they're gonna like shrug up, move down, and press the floor away. So you're gonna see, yeah, I'm making these big shoulder blade circles. And I wanna end them with that push away from the floor. Move the whole arm bone in that socket. Let's get 3, 2, 1, we're gonna go reverse. So they're gonna go down, forward, press, back, up, press away, down, up. Yeah, so just watch that you're not just doing this by arching and rounding your back. Hopefully the core is holding the spine pretty still, and you're able to just make this action happen in the shoulder joint. Let's go over the last 3, 2, last one. Good job. Go ahead and tuck those toes. Pick up those knees. We're gonna send the hips back over the heels and back forward to this hover position. Back over the heels, forward to the hover. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it back, little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, shins are low and parallel to the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1. Start to lift the hips up and back. Pedal the feet. Drop one heel down and stretch. Switch it, stretch the other heel towards the floor. Switch it again. So just taking a moment, pedaling the feet back and forth, pushing the hands forward. Try to turn those biceps towards your fingertips. So there's this feeling of this external rotation in the arm bone. Try to get the weight in between the first finger and the thumb. Good. Right leg's gonna go up and back. Exhale, look forward, shift your weight forward to tap the right knee to the right elbow. Send it up and back. Left knee to the left elbow. Send it up and back. Step it in between the hands. Keep the feet about hip-width distance apart, and let's go and inhale and come up, crescent lunge. So first, just starting with this heavy tailbone, right? Belly pulls back, front ribs sit back, arms reach up. Good, and then you're gonna give me this pull down with the elbows. You're gonna bend, and you're gonna lift your chest and pull your pubic bone forward. And then we're gonna inhale and just reach the arms up and stack ribs. Exhale, you're gonna lift your chest, pull the pubic bone towards your belly button, bend the elbows in, and then reach back up. 2 more. Last round. And arms back up. Good, just holding this crescent lunge here for a moment. Take another breath. Good, hinge yourself forward. And now we're gonna do those rotations where we're gonna take the arms into cactus, keep your left heel reaching back, and now we're just gonna turn the whole body towards the right, center, and you're gonna turn it towards the left. Center, keep those elbows up, hands up, just going from side to side. Trying to keep the belly button pointing forward as we move the ribs to the sides. Go for 4. Here's 3. 2. Last round. 1 and 1. Look forward. We're going to take the arms, reach them forward as we launch off that back foot for warrior 3. Holding here. Turn the left toes to the floor, inner thighs lifting, pull your belly away from the ground. Give me 1 more big breath. Good, and then you're gonna slowly fold and see if you can bring your hands down towards the ground. Now you can bend your left or your right knee as much as you need to, but we're gonna lift that left leg up to the ceiling and drop your head towards the floor. Now if you need blocks under your hands, this is the perfect place to have them if you can't quite reach the ground. Good, and then you're gonna look forward. We're gonna slowly start to bend both knees. That left knee is gonna tap behind the right, and then you're gonna extend and reach both legs back to straight. Slow bend to tap, and press back out and reach. Let's go a little faster. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna keep your chest looking forward, keep yourself with a nice flat back. We're gonna take that left leg down towards the floor, pick it up to the side of the room, and then sweep it back. It's gonna drop down to meet the right, it hovers. It's gonna go straight out to the left, and then it's gonna swing back behind you. 2 more. Down, pick up, reach back. Last one. Down, pick up, reach back, bend the right knee, step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat, and we're gonna come up warrior 2. So slow come up, right knee should be pointing forward now, hips are pointing to the side, left toes are slightly angled in. Arms are gonna come wide. Now let's go ahead and just take this left arm behind you. You're just gonna get the little feeling of your hand on the side of your body, and then the right hand's gonna come to meet it and hold it there, and you're gonna just drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Get low in the legs. Good, head comes up. Switch the hands, so now the right hand comes to the side, left hand pins it, and then we're gonna drop left ear, left shoulder. Get lower in the legs, work those legs. Good, release the hand, head and shoulders come back up. Arms are gonna reach. We're gonna just flow from side to side. So I want you to think of those arms. Right arm reaching back, left arm over the ear, we're hovering. And then we're gonna switch and reach back. Try to get a big bend in the right knee. And now just check that your right knee is going right over that second toe. Reach. Reach. Good, a couple more. Good, on this next one forward, we're gonna stay there. Right hand reaches back, left arm reaches over the ear. Hold it here, press into the outer edge of the foot. Get as long as you can in those ribs. And now we're gonna take this right arm up to your ear and down. Up to the ear and down. Here's 3, 2, 1. Right hand is gonna slide down the right leg. Left hand comes to the hip. Now let's see if we can bring that right hand all the way on towards the floor. If it doesn't come to the floor, you can put it on the block. But now I want you to push your arm into your knee and your knee into your arm. Get that pressure there and then start to turn your chest more towards that left side of your mat. Give me one more big breath here. You should feel that burning in the back of the right hip there. It's working your glutes. Good. Turn the chest towards the floor. Wiggle the right foot out a little bit and get onto the back toes. Both hands are on the inside of your right foot. Your knee is just outside your shoulder, and then you're gonna look forward and really try to get that stretch in front of the left hip. Take another breath here. Keeping your chest looking forward. Reaching that left heel back. Good, now pick up your hips just enough so you can step that right foot all the way to the back of your mat. Look forward here, you're in your plank. Tail towards your heels, chest forward, ribs in. Good, lower your knees. Get the chest in front of your fingertips. Elbows are gonna bend and tap your ribs. Push back up to straight. Elbows tap, push back up. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to the floor. Good job. Tops of the feet are gonna lift up off the ground. Hands are gonna reach back. And then like someone's pulling your fingertips, I want you to curl your chest up the wall in front of you. Keep lifting the shoulders away from the floor. Keep lifting the pinkies up. Just holding, get your belly button up off the ground. One more big inhale here. Exhale, place the hands down under your shoulders. And from here, we're gonna just squeeze the elbows in and see if you can press enough into your hands that you can hover your belly button. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze elbows in, push into your hands, press down enough, you can lift your belly up off the floor. Give me one more big breath, relax your head and neck. Good, back down. Here's our push back to child's pose. We're gonna push all the way up and back. Hips go to your heels, take a breath. Good, tuck those toes, back downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. All right, left side, left leg goes up and back. We're gonna tap that left elbow to the, or left knee to left elbow. Send it up and back. Left knee to the right elbow. Send it up and back. And then knee to the chest, step in between the hands. Coming up, crescent lunge. So watch out for being too narrow on your legs. Come all the way up. And again, I want to find that feeling of the pelvis being upright, my ribs sitting back. And I can start to reach my right heel back, but only if I can keep all of that stable in the pelvis and the core. All right, arms are gonna inhale up, get that left knee right over your heel. Try to bend that left knee. And then here's that bend of the elbows. We're gonna squeeze the elbows in towards your sides and lift your chest towards the ceiling. Pull your pubic bone up towards your belly button. And then inhale, lengthen. I want you to imagine that someone's got their hands or their feet on your shoulder blades and they're pushing up towards the ceiling. And then release. Good. 3 more like that. Really remember that low belly. Get that pubic bone coming up. And in. So that imaginary tail is coming through your legs. Last one. Good. Go ahead and just shift your weight forward. So now you're in that extended lunge. You should feel like a straight line from the heel to the top of the head. We got the cactus arms. And we're going to rotate one direction, center, and then the other direction, center. So I'm trying to kind of unkink the hose that lives in my spine, keeping it nice and long. Lots of range of motion because I've got my spine nice and long and stacked and not rounded and kinked. Exhale on the turn. Let's go for 4. Try to get the hands up with the elbows. 3. I want you to feel the back of the shoulders there. 2. Last round. 1. 1. Look forward. We're going to reach the arms forward as we come up off that back foot. Turn right toes to the floor. Keep lifting from the inner thigh. Give me a couple breaths here. Good. Slowly softening the left knee. Hands are going to come all the way down to the floor. You can start to lower the head towards the ground. Again, here's a good place for hands under blocks if you can't quite get yourself to the ground. And then lift through the inner right thigh. Try to pick that leg up without opening your hips. So my hips are still square to the floor, but I'm lowering my chest and my head towards the ground as I try to lift my heel up to the sky. Good, now walk your hands forward enough that you can get into that flat back again. And we're gonna bend both knees, tap that right leg behind the left, and then straighten them both out so you're back to that upside down L. Good, tap the knees, and then straighten both legs. Tap and reach. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that leg straight back. Here's where we're going to take that right leg down to hover next to the left. It's going to pick up and swing back. Lower it down to meet the left leg. Pick it up directly to the side. Swing it back. Last 3. Here's 2. Last round. Good job. Soften that left knee. Step that right foot all the way to the back of the mat. And we're going to come up, warrior 2. Good. So left knee is going right over that second toe. Just watch it because it has that tendency to want to buckle in and roll you to the inside arch. So I want you to squeeze it out towards the second toe. Arms are going to come up. Hips are square and facing the side of the room. Good. Slowly angling towards the front. You're going to go into that extended lunge or extended side angle here. That left arm's reaching back. Right arm's reaching over the ear. Take a breath. And then we're going to reverse it. Switch the arms. Good. Make sure that left knee is nice and bent. Stay low. Go ahead and reverse. And reverse. A couple more like this, making sure that we're bending from the ribs and the sides of the body. Feeling like you're kind of up against a wall. Try to keep the shoulders up against the wall with the hips. Bend that left knee a little deeper. So you can get that left thigh to feel like it's almost parallel to the ground. Good. One more back. And then this next one forward, we're gonna hold. Right arm reaches over the ear. So I wanna really feel straight. I've got my ribs pulled back, my belly supporting. Left arm's gonna swing up to the ear and down. Up to the ear and down. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that left hand is just gonna slide all the way down towards the floor. Right hand onto the hip. You're gonna push the arm and the knee together on that left side. So the knee's pushing forward, the arm's pushing back, which means they're not moving at all. So they're not gonna actually go anywhere, but just energetically we've created this tension. You should feel the back of the hip really turning on here. Give me a couple more breaths. Try to turn the rib cage towards the right side of your mat. Good, both hands come down on either, or on the inside of that left foot. You just wiggle that left foot out to the side and turn on all 5 toes of the back foot. Chest is gonna extend forward. Take another breath here. Good, lift your hips up just enough to slide that left foot back. Look forward. If you need to separate your feet, go ahead. But we're gonna do our tapping of the left shoulder with the right hand. Place the hand down. Tap the right shoulder with the left hand. We're just gonna go back and forth. Tapping, tapping. Try not to move the hips as much as possible. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look forward, lower the knees. Here's our chaturanga push-ups. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands wide. We're gonna go for our regular push-ups here. You can stay on the knees, elbows bend, press. Chest is trying to reach forward. Take that tail between your legs. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to the floor. Tops of the feet are gonna go down, press into all 10 toes. And then we're just gonna take the hand behind the ears. We're gonna turn this time, so you're gonna rotate. You're gonna rotate to the left, center, to the right, center. Little twist, little twist. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take that right arm and reach it forward, left arm and reach it back. Now you're gonna pick up your left leg. We're just gonna hold here and do little lifts of the left leg, right arm. Little lift, little lift. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it, right arm reaches back, left arm sweeps forward, right leg lifts. Little lift, lift. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands are gonna sweep back. Both legs are gonna lift. We're gonna pick up the chest, pick up the legs, sweep the arms forward, reach. One more big breath, lift it up. And bring those hands down under the elbows. Press back to the knees and child's pose. Good. Roll yourself up to a seat, and we're gonna take our hand weights. Now, if you need more padding for your knees, if your yoga mat's not thick enough, go ahead and roll it up because we're gonna be on our knees. We're gonna do a little bit of quad work with the weights. So my feet are gonna be, I'm not gonna be on the tongue of the, I'm gonna be on the tops of my feet. I'm not tucking my toes, so they're flat. And my knees are probably about 2 fists distance apart, okay? It's just a good little guide. Palms are gonna face up. And as I come up onto my shins, I'm gonna reach my arms forward, and then I'm gonna come back down and tap my heels and bend the elbows. Lift and reach, and bend. Lift, reach, and bend. I want you to pull that imaginary tail through your legs at the end of this. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. We're just gonna lean back and up, back and up. I want you to feel like we're hinging from the knee. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the hinge here. Little tuck of the tail, palms turn down, palms turn up, down, up, down, up. You're leaning back, hinging back, tucking your tail through your legs, squeezing your butt. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, come on up. From here, we're just gonna go for the arms. So knees, you're on your knees, palms are gonna face each other. They're gonna come out to a T. Palms down, and up, down, and up. Good. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2. Palms keep facing the floor. Bring it shoulder height in to tap each other. Take them out wide. In, out, in, out. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them wide. Bend the elbows. Straighten them out. Bend, straighten. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the bend. Rotate down, rotate up. Woo, you can do it. Get those arms up. All the way down, all the way up. Keep the elbows up on like an imaginary table. Here we go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arms down with that 90-degree bend. Take them straight back out wide. Down, wide. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them in. Take your palms to face the ceiling. We're going to press those arms straight out. Take them wide and in. Now palms face up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold them out wide, little lift, little lift. You got it, almost there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring down. turn, or you can stay where you are. I'm gonna turn so you can see me. And you're just gonna hinge a little bit at the hip, pull those elbows up and back, and we're just gonna straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Really squeeze those arms to straight. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the arms straight, little lift, lift, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Last little bit, squeeze it in. Squeeze them in like you're gonna tap your hands together behind your back. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Set those weights down to the side. Place the hands on the floor. We're just gonna make those shoulder circles again. And then go the other way. Good. See if you can slide your right knee to center and take this left knee and cross it behind the right. And then we're gonna separate the feet. Now you're gonna just lean back and see if you can get your butt to go maybe in between the heels. And then once you get yourself all the way butt down on the floor, you can just sit up tall. I'm just gonna let the hips stretch for a moment here. So I'm trying to stack my knees. The farther out the feet come forward, the more intense this can get. And remember, we never want to feel any of this in the knees. Good, go ahead and roll back forward over the knees. Take that left leg, bring it around to the front. And now we're gonna take the right leg behind the left. Let the feet kind of swivel out to the sides. And then first, just slowly pressing your hips back. So you should find some stretch there. And then making your way down towards the floor with your hips. So you can get your butt all the way down on the ground. Just sitting up tall. Good. Rolling back forward, coming onto the knees. Uncrossing the legs. Going ahead and having a seat on the floor. So for this one, we're just gonna take the bottoms of your feet together, let your knees go wide. Just let this kind of butterfly action happen. And then we're gonna take that right arm into this cactus arm, bring it in front. And then we're gonna take the left arm, same cactus arm, and it's gonna go underneath the right. And maybe the tops of the hands just press together, or maybe you can bring the palms all the way together. But I want you to feel like your elbows are gonna lift up and the hands are gonna move away from your face. And you're gonna try to drop your chin towards your chest. So I'm trying to move my shoulder blades apart here. Get a stretch in between the shoulder blades, and with the chin tucking towards the chest, maybe a little bit in the upper back. Now slowly here, I'm gonna try to round a little bit into the upper back, like I'm dropping my hands and my head towards the floor. And then come back up, and we'll switch. Now that right arm is gonna go under the left. Palms can touch, or maybe you hook your fingers, or maybe you have the tops of your hands touching. Hands are gonna move away from the face. Chin is gonna drop towards your chest. And then slowly, maybe you start to round a little bit into the upper back. Good, pick it back up, release the hands, and you're all done. Good job on that. You can unmute yourself if you like.
Oh my God.
How do you feel? Good?
Yeah, I do. Tired. It was hard.
Yes, okay, good. All right, lover, well, you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Have fun in
Thanks a lot. Yeah, so I should be back on Monday, and I'm planning on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week.
Perfect.
All right, love.
Here.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye.